A group of bank robbers enters a bank to rob, but they meet someone even more dangerous than them. He is a psycho killer, and he kills every one of them and plugs out their eyes. Welcome to Movie Mix Recap. Please subscribe to enjoy more movie recaps. On today's recap, a small bank in Los Angeles was closing down, and so the customers wants to withdraw their belongings from the safety deposit box. As they sit and wait for their turn, a group of bank robbers, Washington, Biggs, Rick, and their mastermind Paul, arrive to rob the bank. They keep Rick to stay in the van in order to keep lookout as they operate. The rest of the group storm the bank and take the customers hostage. On the other hand, a man named Bernard was in the safety room assisted by Danny, one of the bank workers. Danny hears the noise outside and leaves Bernard alone to go and confirm what was going on. Bernard then removes a jar of human eyeballs from his safety deposit box. Danny is spotted and immediately taken hostage. It turns out that Paul was his brother. He was shocked. Two of the robbers then take the hostages to a back room and watch them. However, the two of them carelessly exit the room to get a smoke. Danny is fast and uses that time to text 911 and summon Detective Pascal to the scene, along with a few newbie cops. The detective approaches the bank, and Paul comes out to attend to her. She questions Paul about the emergency text, but he denies and says that the text was not sent from the bank. However, she remains suspicious and quickly takes a photo of him to send to her station for identification. While leaving, she finds Rick, who is snorting some cocaine in the van. Rick realizes and tries to escape back into the bank. Realizing he is not going to make it, he pulls his gun, only for Pascal to shoot him twice in the chest. Paul, Washington, and Biggs immediately open fire on the officers and manage to drag Rick inside of the bank. Minutes later, a few patrol cars show up, including Pascal's boss Franklin. Paul realizes and he quickly goes looking for Tracy and finds her body lifeless in the vault. He alerts the others that Tracy has been murdered by the civilian who is believed to be making his way around through the vents. The old woman who was taken hostage pleads with the robbers to allow her to use the restroom, and they let her go with Eli, who waits outside. But after a while, Eli becomes impatient and forces her way into the bathroom, only to find the old woman dead with her eyes gouged out. Before she could act, she is also attacked by Bernard, who stabs her to death. Biggs leaves the group to locate a hidden elevator within the bank which will allow them to escape through the bank's basement and out a back door. Paul attempts to bargain with the cops, and he demands for a medic for Rick and a school bus that will take them away. After a while, a group of special forces arrive at the scene. They are the U.S. Department of Defense contractors, and they convince the detective and Franklin that they have been chasing Paul all over the country, as he has been on their top list. Smith disguises as a medic and enters the bank, but the gang immediately recognizes him as one of Sinclair's men. They angrily take him hostage and allow Cynthia to leave with Rick. As AJ was watching Smith, Bernard shows up. Sinclair's sniper on the other side assumed that Bernard was a civilian hostage, and he aims at AJ and shoots him dead. Bernard then murders Smith, and later Biggs also, by hitting him in the head with an axe. Sinclair storms the bank with his men, along with Pascal. Upon entering the bank, there is again fight with Washington and Mark being murdered. Sinclair on the other hand encounters Paul, and it is then revealed that Sinclair and his men are part of a drug cartel and are also planning on robbing the bank. And Sinclair shoots Paul dead. The detective is also shot in the neck. After Pascal recovers from her wounds and shoots Sinclair's surviving soldiers, Sinclair uses the lift that Biggs had previously found to escape with the money bag into the basement. As Pascal passes away from her injuries, Danny snatches her revolver and pursues Sinclair. In the basement, Bernard confronts Sinclair, but Sinclair manages to escape while dropping a knife. When Danny gets to the basement, Bernard attacks him too, but he manages to get to the knife and stab Bernard, rendering him unconscious. After escaping, Sinclair is apprehended by Danny, who discloses that he is also employed by a drug cartel to safeguard the bank's funds. After that, he takes the money and shoots Sinclair. Danny is attacked by Bernard, who stabs him several times before gouging out his eyeballs and placing them in his jar with the others. Then, carrying the cash and his eyeball jars, he flees the back of the bank.
If you enjoyed this video, please do well to like, subscribe, and comment on what movies you want us to review for you. Also, turn on the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks, and see you in the next video.